The brutal killing of Kelly Wilkinson has prompted a remarkable response across the nation. This vigil on the Gold Coast is honouring a life cut tragically short.
Kelly was a strong woman. She was an amazing mother of 3 children, and they were her life.
But this is no isolated case.
To lose yet another woman in this way is a stain on our society and on our city.
It's unexplainable.
It's unacceptable, and no family should ever have to go through that.
On meeting with Kelly's family last week, I felt...
Kelly Wilkinson's family shared their private grief with a public demanding action.
Her ability to get through what was happening.
Her story has just touched people who have never met her or our family, and
Yeah, it's affected everybody.
Kelly's sister Danielle Carroll and husband Reese struggle to understand why police couldn't protect a vulnerable mother of 3 pleading for help.
towards those last few weeks, I know she was in contact with somebody daily and making statements nearly every second day, just going into the station. And I've just been saying to people, if I could paint a picture, she was just screaming and there's someone standing next to her just giving no response, basically.
That's not how it's recorded with us, but I want to be open to the examination revealing just exactly what did occur.
Kelly Wilkinson lived with her children in a Gold Coast suburb a short drive to the beach. She didn't tell her family about her strained relationship with the children's father, former US Marine Brian Earl Johnston, until shortly before her own mother's death 3 months ago.
She thought, I need to step up and I need to tell people around me, because if something happens, nobody knows.
And this was when, according to Kelly's family, the already troubled relationship began to spiral out of control.
It's just been only a whirlwind of how many weeks? 6 weeks. It's just blown up into where we are now.
Kelly Wilkinson became so concerned about her partner's behaviour that she went to local police stations on at least 2 occasions. Her statements resulted in Johnston being charged with serious offences, but police nonetheless released him on bail.
And of course, now that in hindsight, and you look back, that certainly calls that into question. Now, we'll be having a good hard look at that.
Assistant Commissioner Brian Codd is overseeing an internal review of Kelly Wilkinson's dealings with police in the weeks leading up to her death. He explains that although Johnston was released on bail, he was still subject to a police protection order.
I think the system has let her down and failed her, because she came to us seeking assistance, and we did provide her assistance, and we immediately responded to her needs and immediately implemented a police protection notice.
Kelly Wilkinson's family says that wasn't enough.
I mean, if their hands were tied as far as him, why was there no safeguard for her? You know, she was never offered a safe house. She was never offered some sort of security. She was basically just left to fend on her own.
Little more than a week later, Kelly Wilkinson was dead. Police allege Johnston set her on fire. It's a story that's painfully familiar.
It really brought back a lot of memories, and I actually had a vertigo attack on Tuesday night, which I have when I get stressed.
Kelly's violent death has tragic parallels with that of Hannah Clark. The Brisbane mother and her 3 children were set alight and killed by Hannah's estranged husband just over a year ago. Hannah Clark's parents are calling for laws criminalising coercive control and public awareness campaigns about the signs of an abusive relationship.
Hannah didn't realise it was wrong. She kept saying, "He's never hit me, Mum." And I did say to her, "It's not right though, the way he's treating you. But she didn't realise that was a form of domestic violence, as we didn't,
No,
and we didn't
not.
know there was a name for it. We just knew he wasn't treating her correctly.
The ruining of the potential of lives that might not manifest itself even in serious physical violence, of controlling behaviours, of the power that's inflicted by one human on another over decades is also something we can't ignore.
Despite their criticism of police, Danielle and Reece Carroll admit they too didn't really understand what was happening in Kelly's relationship until her final 6 weeks.
The sad thing about it is that she was such a strong person and she didn't want the shame attached to her name, and she really hid a lot of it from the whole family for a long, long time.
However, as we all know, the unthinkable happened that morning, and Hannah Clark...
The Queensland Government earlier this year set up a task force to investigate coercive control laws. Domestic violence advocates concede it's a complex issue, but one that needs urgent attention.
The introduction of coercive control legislation is paramount in this situation and ongoing, to give police the ability to respond appropriately to the things that Kelly in particular was experiencing, and we know that hundreds of women are experiencing every day.
The Wilkinson family will now be closely following the criminal process, with Kelly's partner facing a murder charge, while Kelly's sister and husband take care of 3 more children, in addition to their 5. Your family is in deep mourning, yet you've attended public vigils, you're talking to the media. Where do you find the strength?
Oh, as I said before, it's, Kelly's done her part. She's told the whole world, so...
She was a strong woman. She, that's where we're getting it from, 100%.
Yeah. I just look at those children and I think, we've got to change something for those kids.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.